Hi, welcome to Two Non Yarn Stops. It's Sabrina, me, for our weekly crafty update. And to tell the truth, I don't have a whole lot of finishes, but we'll talk a little bit about what I did do. So, I continue on with my pot holders. Someone just opened my door, so I'm looking. Oh, it's my son. He's coming to steal a cookie that's in this room. So that's kind of hilarious. But okay, so I continued on with my little potholder loom, and I'm making this as part of my Christmas project. These loops are from the Wool Novelty Company and cost me about 43 cents to do a potholder. So I did this one that's blue and yellow, and it is really interesting and I like it a lot. I did this one that is yellow for the warp and white for the weft. So that's two. This one had what was left of the loops from Harrisville Design, because they send you enough to make two, but then there's a few leftovers, but it was not even enough to do half. So I just threw every color in. It's 3 potholders. And this one is red, white, and blue. Now I kind of like this. My husband wanted one as a coaster, so this one is for him. He chose the red, white, and blue. So I made 4 potholders this week. I know, not terribly exciting, but they're done. And I really like them, you know. So I played some more with my little knitting machine. And I made this one. Oh, you can see all the sparkles. This is Ice Yarns, Cakes Glitz, and it may not have a color. It is 95% acrylic and 5% Lurex, which is the silver sparkle. And I don't see the color name, but that's what it is. It's Ice Yarns, and it is purple inside and out. So that's going into the Christmas box. And this is the second one out of this cake. And Anna gave me this yarn, so at Christmas last year. And then the other side is all this peachy, orangey color. And I really like this. It's 2. The next 2 are the Yarn Bee Fair Isle. And the color is blue, gray, multi. And I paid $1.37 for this. And I got 2 hats out of it. So it looks like this way. And similar the other way. And this one I decided to put a pom-pom on the top. I kind of like the pom-pom. And I'm not having any trouble with my little machine as long as I'm using a 3-weight yarn. It works fine. Every time I've tried to use something a little heavier, it's definitely a no-go. It just does not like it at all. The next one I made is a Yarn Bee Dazzling. I think I might have to keep this one. I really like it a lot. And they look like 2 completely different hats. I am really happy with this one. Of course, if it was for me, I'd probably have to pick a side and put a pom-pom on it, because I am definitely team pom-pom. These 2, and I'm getting like 2 out of most skeins of yarn, are Lion Brand Ice Cream Yarn. And this one is, the color name is Cookies and Cream. And it's just a gray and white. I really like it. I really like all of them. I'm pretty happy with my little machine. And I probably spent too much time working on that and not working on anything else. And then this one is for Jerry. He wanted one that was super, super long. So he could have a hat that was like 4 layers over most of his head. And it fits him nice. He's worn it a couple times. But I had to show it to you. And then this one I used 2 skeins and I only got 1 hat. But I did do a pom-pom. And this is Knit Picks Parade, which is 75% superwash wool and 25% nylon. And the color name is Party. And it's pretty long too. And I love the stripes. Here, I'll try it on. So if you wear it like a beanie, you have a really wide brim. Or you can wear it more slouchy. So this cost me $2 to make. I gave $1 a piece for the skeins from Knit Picks. A lady had some yarn on Facebook, and I bought it from her, and everything was $1 a skein. And so they were like 50-gram skeins, and that's what it took. And I got this yarn from the same lady. So there's enough of this yellow to make another hat. So this yellow hat would be 50 cents. Yeah, and that's all my FOs, guys. No dishcloth this week. I had 2 last week, and I have one that's over halfway done. I just didn't finish it yet. And I do have a new start, and a work in progress is technically not on needles right this second, but it will be this afternoon sometime. This is the Flax Sweater by Tin Can Knits, and it has this really cute garter stitch section down the sleeves. And this is the Red Heart Super Saver Ombre. I think they have one of the best ombres that is out there. Their colors fade so nicely that you don't even notice it while you're knitting it. So that's what I started this week, and I'll just put this up for one of Landon's children, one of my grandchildren, and I don't know, about once a year. I just get the mood to knit baby knits. So I use a size 7 needle for the ribbing around the neck instead of a 6. It called for a 6. But I wanted to make sure there was enough room to get a baby's head in, because sometimes baby heads are big. And I think it looks fine. And then I repeated on the ribbing on the bottom. I just used a size 7 needle. And I knit the whole thing on 16-inch circulars, except for the sleeve. And then I had to switch to DPNs because this is a very tiny circumference here. And I'm almost done. Just one more sleeve. And that's my works in progress. So, what have y'all been up to this week? Did you get anything finished? Did you start anything new? I was a monogamous knitter for a very long time. I knitted on one project at a time, and I worked until that was done, and then I started something new. And now I find myself with some whips or works in progress. I have a sock on the needles, just one. I I have a dishcloth that's not finished. I have, I think, 3 Afghans in the works. And I'm going to fix that. I think I am going to go back to one project at a time. So, no more new starts for me until I get everything that started either ripped out or finished. That's going to be hard, but it will bring me peace. And I say, in the times that we're in, anything that can bring you some peace, go for it. Let's do this. I know it's really a short video, so I didn't have a whole bunch of different things going on. We have parent-teacher conferences on Tuesday. I think that he's doing fine. He is doing all of his work at the grooming shop with me, and he's a very independent worker. He goes and logs onto his computer and pulls up his work and does most of it on his own without having to stop and ask me any questions. So, as a mom, I'm proud of that. He's struggling a little bit with language arts and a tiny bit with math, but he's really catching on to the math this week. We're simplifying fractions and adding fractions together and then simplifying them. And he, for a couple of days, it was just like, ugh. And now he seemed to really got it. I am desperately trying to get my blood sugar under control and watching everything I put in my mouth, and it's not been too much fun.
Pardon me, ma'am.
Yes.
Do we have any Grey Poupon?
No, we're completely out of Grey Poupon.
Okay.
I love you. What else did we do this week? We worked a jigsaw puzzle, and Jerry hung it on the wall. It's a cute puzzle. It's a pretty picture. I taught my son, who's 11, to play checkers. Yeah. That was okay. Just, we haven't been going anywhere or doing anything. Nothing too exciting. Work, come home, repeat. I think that's what everyone else is doing too. And you'd think I'd have more to show for it, but I don't. So, really been struggling with this little machine because I really want it to use worsted weight yarn. I have a pretty good sized tote full of DK weight that I can definitely use and will use. But I kind of would like it to make a thicker hat. So I've been watching videos and trying different things, and I'm afraid I'm going to tear it up. And I don't want to do that, because this is going to make my Christmas gift giving so simple. I might be able to do extra things. No promises at this point, though. And look at all the yarn I used up. That is 1, 2, 3, 5 skeins, of yarn out of my stash. Gone. No longer sitting on a shelf collecting dust. And when I look behind me and I see all the money that I've spent that's just sitting, yeah, it doesn't make me too happy. So the idea is to use all of this up. I mean, some of this was definitely gifts. This was a gift from someone, and this, and this. So almost half this shelf was gifted to me. This is going to be a flax sweater for me after I get some of my whips under control. That's definitely getting cast on for me. And then, yeah, I probably purchased all that. Some of this in here too was gifts from people. Do you ever get overwhelmed by your yarn stash? It happens to me often. But that's okay. I'm using it. We're working through it. Until next time, guys, keep your needles clicking. Stay safe out there. Stay healthy. See you next week.